Okay, I wanted to say shout out to all the sisters that are actually doing the work to speak about black femicide and talk about the loss of all the black women who have fallen due to the insecure adult childlike black males that are out here in this world taking the lives of black women in America, Africa, North and South America, Australia, Alaska, and Europe. I hope I hit all 7 continents, right? Oh, sorry, Asia. Because it is a shame that there's such a serious thing going on in black women's existence. And black women are afraid to talk about it, to come to grips and terms with it, because they are so hell-bent on coddling and male worshiping and being black male identified. Black males are killing black women every day in this country and others because they can't get their way in society and they're not seen as powerful as white men. Because they have so much self-hate swirling all around in them due to the fact that they've been completely conquered by another group of men and they just can't get their shit together currently. I do think that beyond the crack epidemic, cocaine, heroin, and now this synthetically created marijuana, these males are losing their minds. If they're not trying to become women and being bent over by other men and hating on women just for their mere existence and because we are black and we will not coon and accept the dehumanization the way they do easily, they are out here killing black women. They're out here killing black women because black women are not allowing them to come into their homes, use all their resources, sexually exploit and molest, assault, and kill their children and black women willfully. Black women have got to understand that if you want things to change in the black community or with black women in general, you have to fight for the fact that black femicide is happening to us unspeakably more than any other women on the face of this earth or in this country. And you have to fight with those very few representatives who are out here fighting for the black women's missing and murdered committees and coalitions. You have to fight and demand that bills be passed to protect us and us alone, since we are the ones being out here hunted by black males primarily and then everyone else. Black women, you're going to hear in these videos that will come after me that you're going to have to start protecting yourself. You're going to have to stop denying the fact that black males are your number one executioners when you are in relationships with them and in marriages with them. There have been so many killings of black women this month alone from people they live with, especially when black women are pregnant and when black women have divorced these Neanderthals, these freaking troglodytes, and left them. They still catch up to black women years later, months later, and kill them out of the blue. This is what just recently happened with a honorably acclaimed doctor in Atlanta. She made the news 3 weeks ago where she was receiving an honorary prestigious medal for achievement in science and medicine, and her divorced, not newly divorced, but well over some time divorced husband came to her home, I guess out of the fact that she was doing well since he was no longer in her life, and chopped her up to death with a machete. And we black women have to start standing for something in this country. And I think that we need to fight for the immediate death penalty for these guys that are just taking our lives because they feel like they don't have nothing in life. So because we don't want to deal with them, we don't want them, we don't want to be in relationships with them, don't want to have children with them, they feel like it's their job and their mission to be out here killing black women and girls. They have killed over 200,000 black women and girls so far, from 2000, when COVID was going on, till 2024. That should make you take a hard fucking swallow and know that you should get on board with the West 4B movement. You should get on board with the centering yourself. You should get on board with the what is that? What is that word? You should get on board with the I'm trying to think of the word when you don't have sex. Abstinence program. You should get on board with everything that protects yourself from them. Because whenever they have access to you and you don't do exactly what they want you to do, they have an adult temper tantrum and they end up either trying to beat you half to death, shoot you, stab you multiple times, chop you up with a machete, and you are so much worth more than that, than to be just completely abused and destroyed by somebody who has so much self-hate and just can't get their shit together and can't be a man and don't know how to be men. And so, but because they don't know how to do what is expected of them, they want to stop you from taking care of yourself, your children, and whatever it is you feel you want out of life. It's too much. And so these next few women that I have put on here from TikTok, I have not hidden their names. I want to give them complete credit for using their material, and I want to continue making these videos to bring black femicide to black women's attention. I want black women to get to the place where they are not afraid. They're not feeling like they're the odd person out, because unfortunately they have to be within a race of guys who are not their equal. They don't have the ability to be men, and all they want to do is come on social media and talk down about their women, their children, with glee and gusto. And when they don't get what they want out of life, and they happen to be fortunate enough to be in a relationship with a black woman, the first thing they want to do is kill her and their children. It has to stop, but it stops with black women getting passionate about what is happening to black women, putting an end and stopping completely all of this black male worship, black male coddling, and black male identification. Build that sisterhood, build that unity, that solidarity of taking no shit and kicking asses about what's right for us, and getting the laws in this country passed to protect us from these fucking maniacs that roam through our fucking communities day and night, committing crime and putting all our lives at risk. It's something to think about, black women, and there's nothing to run from, to be afraid of, and think that you're supposed to be in a relationship with these dudes who don't like you. There's no amount of loneliness, delusion, or anything else that should make you want a group of males who go out of their way to constantly desensitize themselves and the rest of society towards you and your humanity, and to try to convince people and themselves in this society to hate us, to want to kill us, and to want to hurt us when they see us. Why would you ever want to be in a relationship with a thing like that and share your body with them? What is wrong with you? Wake up. Stand up for yourself and other black women, so that all of these things that happen to us that are disgusting by the hands of these black males, that happen to us and don't happen to any other women in the way that it happens to us, put an end to this shit once and for all. Put an end to this shit once and for all. Put an end to this shit once and for all. And stop dealing with them. Stop marrying them. Stop dating them. Stop having sex with them. Stop having black males' children with them. Stop dealing with them. Leave them completely alone. Protect yourself and save your life. Stay away from these self-hating black women and girl-hating dudes. Stay away from them.
Artists reach a certain level of success where they have an opportunity to change the condition of the black community, but instead they use their success to shit on the community, to stunt on the community. They bully and tease us about the things that we don't have that they do. It's almost like they get successful and then they start doing some nana nana boo boo, look at me. As a black woman in the industry with so much influence, why would you ever call black woman hair carpet hair? But if a person of another race said it, y'all will be offended. Just because you're a black woman making a comment on other black women's hair doesn't make it less offensive. Because a lot of black people think that they can say derogatory things to other black people and it's okay because they're black too. We got to start treating the black people with self-hatred the same way we treat other races who hate us. Disrespect is disrespect. And as a black woman with your type of influence, you don't get to call our hair carpet hair. 4C hair is nothing to be ashamed about. 4C hair is beautiful. 4C hair is healthy. 4C hair does not need to be straightened out. 4C hair does not need to be braided down and tucked away under a wig just so it can fit in with society. Society better get with the program, honey, because 4C hair is beautiful. To all my 4C hair girlies, you better rock it with confidence, baby. The fact that you have to dim somebody else's light so that you can shine is just a projection of your own insecurities.
That black women in London are currently undergoing a femicide right now. What is femicide? Femicide is the term used to describe the act, the hate crime, of killing women, girls, and females because of their sex. According to data from the Metropolitan Police, 43% of femicide victims in 2022 were black women. In 2023, 62% of all femicide victims in the UK, in London specifically, were black women. Given the fact that black women only make up less than 14%, given the fact that black women only account for 14% of the general population in London, they are being disproportionately targeted. Some of the most recent victims of femicide include Leanne Gordon, a black woman who was shot dead in Hackney on the 5th of December last year. Johanna Dogbe was also on that list, another victim of femicide. She was randomly approached and attacked on the 1st of May 2023. Justice for black women and girls who are being disproportionately impacted, targeted, and in danger due to the rise in femicide. Please spread awareness. Get yourself educated. We are asking for a transformation where black women and girls can feel safe in the countries they are in. Please stop scrolling.
Argument for being, if there was ever an argument for being able to create a law for black women to... The reason that I relayed this video now is so that people would listen to the beginning of what I'm saying. I am saying specifically laws for black women on the books to protect us. Yes, everybody knows that there are laws about guns, but you didn't hear the beginning of what I said because you were so busy trying to find something to argue and come back with. I'm not talking about what you're wanting to argue about. Listen to the beginning of this video. This is what I'm talking about. And if you don't know that there can be specific laws made for specific people, look at Native American women, look up the Ebony Law, look up the Crown Act. If you look up those laws, I'm talking about a law similar to that, or laws similar, or considerations similar to those, so that we can specifically protect ourselves and society will know that we will be, and legally we will be protecting ourselves. It's no different than we came up with the saying Black Lives Matter. Well, we know that it matters, but we're saying it so that other people know it. If we put laws into place or put verbiage out there to let people know that we are caring and we are going to protect ourselves, it might, I believe that it will help to keep the 4.5 to 5 of us being taken out every day by people who think they're going to get away. If there was ever an argument for being able to create a law for black women to... The reason that I relayed this video now is so that people would listen to the beginning of what I'm saying. I am saying specifically laws for black women on the books to protect us. Yes, everybody knows that there are laws about guns, but you didn't hear the beginning of what I said because you were so busy trying to find something to argue and come back with.
By sending condolences to the family of this beautiful young black girl. She goes by It's Pretty on Instagram, and she was killed by her loser of a boyfriend on the 5th of March 2024. This situation drove me to do a bit of research into black femicide, and I found that 5 black women are killed every single day within the United States by a black man. 5 black women are killed at the hands of black men every single day. And there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say apart from the fact that it's disappointing. That guy killed her, shot her at the back of her head. I did go onto social media just to kind of see what people are saying before I present this topic. And a lot of people are saying she should have protected herself by getting herself up. She was shot at the back of the head. If she was walking away, even if she had it on her visibly, there's no way he was going to do what he was going to do. And it's very, very unfortunate that this is something that we're all talking about right now, but within the next couple of hours another black woman is going to die. Why? I don't have the solutions, I don't have the answers, but what I do want to say is that sometimes them letting you go peacefully, unharmed, without physical harm, and they just bruised your ego, is the best gift you could ever receive. I talk a lot about the fact that I experienced the romantic discard last year, and honestly this situation just kind of gave me a bit of a flashback to the fact that that man really could have unalived me on that day, because I saw him in a way that didn't really glorify his masculinity, and it was just me and him in that room. I was in a whole different continent. Nobody knew I was in his house. It was just me and him in that room, and he looked so embarrassed, and he could have done anything to me. So many people in this world right now that are unwell. There are so many people in this world right now that are not mentally sound. So please, women, ladies, go into the dating world with sense. I have a date tonight. You ladies know I love coming on here to say I have a date. He's not picking me up. None of them are picking me up anymore. None of them need to know where I live anymore. It's just, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. This is something I'm I'm still kind of upset about this news, so I'm not articulating myself in the best way possible. But rest in peace to this beautiful young lady, and please be careful out there. There are a lot of men, just people in general, that are unstable. They're not well. Sometimes it's okay to lose an argument and save your life. Sometimes it's okay to lose the ego battle and save your life. I'll be back later with more when I can articulate myself a bit. I wanted to